The Secret: How to Become Disciplined Even Without Motivation. It always starts the same way. A spark of motivation lights up in your mind. Maybe you watch an inspiring video, read a powerful book, or listen to someone tell a story about overcoming impossible odds. For a moment, your heart races with excitement and you feel unstoppable. You decide that tomorrow will be different. You will wake up early, exercise, study, work hard, build new habits. But then tomorrow comes. The alarm rings. The excitement is gone. The bed feels warm, your phone is close, and the promise you made to yourself feels heavy. You turn over, silence the alarm, and tell yourself you'll start tomorrow. That is the trap of motivation. It burns bright, but it burns out fast. The truth is, discipline has nothing to do with motivation. Motivation is like the weather, changing from day to day, never reliable. Discipline is like the ground beneath your feet, solid, steady, unchanging. If you want to achieve anything meaningful in life, you cannot depend on fleeting feelings. You need something deeper. You need to build a system that makes you act, even when you don't feel like it. That is the secret. Imagine two versions of yourself. One is driven by emotion, chasing bursts of energy, waiting for the perfect mood. This version starts many things, but finishes few. The other version does not wait for feelings. It acts because action itself has become automatic, like brushing your teeth or tying your shoes. Which version wins? Always the second one, because the disciplined self does not ask, "Do I feel like it?" It simply does what must be done. The first step in creating discipline without motivation is to lower the resistance to action. People imagine discipline as a battle of willpower, but in reality, it is about making the action so small, so easy, that it becomes impossible to refuse. Think about it. You don't need motivation to drink a glass of water. It's too easy. You don't need motivation to write a single sentence. But if you demand that you write an entire book today, your mind rebels. The secret is to shrink the starting point until your excuses have no power. Discipline is not built in giant leaps. It grows from tiny, repeated actions, stacked one upon another, until they form a wall that cannot be broken. Another powerful key is identity. When you rely on motivation, you are focused on what you want to achieve. But when you focus on discipline, you are focused on who you want to become. A person who runs every day doesn't ask, "Am I motivated to run?" They say, "I am a runner, so I run." A disciplined person does not wait for a feeling. They simply follow the identity they have chosen. Every action reinforces that identity, and every time you show up, no matter how small, you cast a vote for the person you want to be. But there is something even deeper. Discipline is not about punishment. It is about freedom. At first, it feels strict, like you're forcing yourself into a cage of rules. But over time, the truth reveals itself. Discipline is what sets you free. When you train your body, your health gives you energy to live fully. When you discipline your mind, you can focus, create, and achieve more than those who drift aimlessly. When you discipline your habits, you no longer waste time debating with yourself every morning. You simply live, you act, you move forward. The greatest freedom is not doing whatever you feel like, but having the strength to do what matters most. Still, the question remains, how do you keep going when motivation is gone, when every cell in your body wants comfort instead of challenge? The answer lies in systems and environment. If you set up your world so that the discipline choice is the easiest choice, you will no longer fight yourself. Prepare your clothes for exercise the night before. Put your phone in another room when you sleep. Write your plan for the next day before you go to bed. Discipline grows stronger when you don't have to negotiate with your feelings in the heat of the moment. And remember, discipline does not demand perfection. You will slip, you will fail, you will break routines. The difference between the undisciplined and the disciplined is not that one never fails. It is that the disciplined one always returns. They never let a single failure become a permanent identity. They stand up, brush off the dust, and continue forward. Every return makes the habit stronger. Every comeback proves the identity is real. Think of the people you admire most, not those who speak of grand dreams, but those who quietly build, day after day, without waiting for permission from their feelings. Their secret is no secret at all. They have learned that motivation is a visitor. Discipline is a home. And once you live in that home, no storm of doubt or laziness can knock it down. So, when the alarm rings tomorrow morning, don't ask yourself if you feel motivated. Don't bargain with your emotions. Just act. Take the first step, no matter how small. That single step is the seed of discipline. With time, that seed grows roots, and those roots hold you steady even when the winds of distraction try to pull you away. One day, you will look back and realize that you are no longer the kind of person who needs motivation to act. You are disciplined, and that, more than any fleeting burst of excitement, will carry you toward the life you want.